Hello and welcome into another edition of the Sun Devil Source 2-Minute Drill. I'm Sammy Miller alongside Chris Cartman following ASU football's 7th spring practice of the season. Now, Chris, we heard some unfortunate injury news about their Cal offensive line transfer, Ben Coleman, who will be out for an extended period of the season due to a lower leg injury. What do we know about that and how will that affect their offensive line?
Yeah, so Ben Coleman was expected to slot in at left guard for the Sun Devils. He hasn't practiced at all this spring. The injury actually occurred in training prior to the start of spring ball. It's going to be at least a 6 or 7 month recovery. There's a legitimate possibility that he might not even play at all this season if that recovery isn't on the faster end of the scale. And that is a big hit for ASU. They added 4 Division I offensive line transfers. Coleman was one of the guys that they figured would have among the most prominent roles. I think left guard is one of their biggest question marks now on the team, and they're going to have other guys step up in the wake of that. And I also think there's a possibility that they may add 1 or possibly even 2 more transfers following spring ball.
And Chris, on Saturday, we saw the first spring scrimmage of the season, and a lot went on, a lot of sacks, but also a good, strong passing attack. So what are your biggest takeaways from that?
The structure of it was really good. I thought that they had organizational strength. It functioned better than you would probably expect for a first scrimmage in a spring ball when you have new schemes, new coaches, and all that, right? I thought the quarterbacks did a good job of getting the ball out of their hands on time. Drew Pine, Trenton Bourget, even Bennett Meredith, they have looked pretty good at what's been asked of them to this point. The receiver is a strength for this team, especially when you include tight end. Jalen Conyers had 2 really almost incredible touchdowns, a one-handed grab in the back of the end zone. Then later he caught the ball, did a stutter step juke move. You know, he likes basketball, so he threw that in there. He had guys like hitting each other and coming up with none of him, and he's 260 pounds, so not easy, but clearly between their tight ends and the receivers, when you have a guy like Xavier Guillory on the outside along with Elijah Badger, that is a strength. And then you mentioned the pass rush capability. They're going to be a lot more blitz pressure, 5-6 man coming at the quarterback, and I think their edges, BJ Green, Garen Stansberry, and others that we've seen are among probably the strengths of their defense at this point. Clayton Smith, the Oklahoma transfer, has also been a standout, so they are in very good shape to be able to get after quarterbacks.
And now we're about the halfway point of this spring season. So how is the team shaping up in your eyes?
Good. I think that they are probably better than people will believe. The national or even sort of regional perception of ASU is, okay, they were terrible last season. They have a new coaching staff. They have 40-something new players. Like, there's no way they're going to be good. But I think that when you have 8 home games and you have solid quarterback play, good skill positions on offense, they should be able to score a lot of points and then manufacture an ability to get negative plays and turnovers. They're very good in their secondary on the perimeter. Ro Torrance, Isaiah Johnson, Chris Edmonds had a good practice today. So then you can, if you get them in third and long situations, opponents, you have the ability to kind of get negative plays, get off the field. So I'm just putting it out there right now. I expect them to be a little bit better than they are nationally perceived.
Well, that's all the time we have on today's edition of the Sun Devil Source 2-Minute Drill. But don't you worry, we will have you covered with a lot more content and coverage. So make sure you follow along to sundevilsource.com.